Welcome to week 5, new 30, simplifying rational expressions, take 2. This is probably one of our bigger topics in this section, so I figured we'd go through it again. Since it does have the factoring component, there's no such thing as too much practicing. So let's go ahead. All right, so first off, if you remember what I said, if there's no addition or subtraction in it, it's not that bad. It's a lot less complicated. So we just want to simplify our numbers and our letters by seeing what divides out to 1. So we can draw our fraction line. Woo, that was a little bit crooked. I'm going to rewrite 25 as 5 times 5. I'm going to rewrite 15. Well, I have to leave the negative there, but 15 as 5 times 3. I'll rewrite the A's in blue. 3 on top, 8 on bottom. And we'll rewrite the B's, 7 on top and 3 on bottom. And then I'm just going to divide out. I'm going to cancel out anything that divides to 1. I kind of just do it. It looks a little bit random, but I just really do it with whatever lines up so that I don't accidentally cross anything out that's not supposed to be. So I end up with a 5 on top, a negative on bottom, which I don't want to forget. The negative can float out and go to the top if I want it to. 3 on bottom, 5 A's on bottom, and 4 B's on top. So I have negative 5 over 3, B to the 4th on top, A to the 5th on the bottom. And I am all done. All right, for number 2, we are going to factor out our GCF on top. When I factor out the GCF on top, I'm going to factor out a 7. I'm going to be left with an x minus 2. Because when I multiply the 7 back in, I get 7 times x gets me 7x. 7 times negative 2 gets me negative 14. When I factor out the GCF on the bottom, remember I start with a binomial, I'm going to end with a binomial. I factor out an x. X times what gets me x squared? The answer is x. X times what gets me negative 2x? That's going to be a minus 2. Notice you're looking for patterns. You want things to cancel out. You want things to divide to 1. So, you should be looking for things to match. So knowing that you had an x minus 2 in that set of parentheses on top, you were looking for it to be an x minus 2 in parentheses on bottom, most likely or more than likely. So having that x minus 2 on top and an x minus 2 on the bottom, they cancel out. You are left with 7 over x, and you are done. All right, number 3. And remember what I said, I kind of leave my side, my fraction bar. That's for my more final answer right before I cancel out. Anything below, I'm going to do my work on. So I am going to factor x squared plus 12x plus 20. I'm also going to factor 3x plus 6. Factoring 3x plus 6, because there's no exponent, I'm just going to factor out a GCF. So factoring out a GCF from that binomial, I'm going to factor out a 3. Factoring out a 3, I get x plus 2. Okay. Knowing that I have that x plus 2 there, I know that up here in my numerator, the 20, when I get my factors, I could be looking for a 2 as a factor. So I am looking to add to 12. And when I see that I'm getting factors of 2 and 10, kind of my stars are aligning, right? Because I get x plus 2, x plus 10, and now I'm seeing that I have this x plus 2 in my numerator, x plus 2 in my denominator. once I've solved both of my factoring problems for my numerator and my denominator, I'm placing my answers above. I'm canceling out the ones that match as a package, and I'm writing my final answer, which is x plus 10 over 3. For number 4, I have to factor a equals 1 for both the top and the bottom. So for the top, I'm looking for factors that multiply to 12, add or subtract to 1, negative 1 specifically. And in the denominator, I'm looking for factors that multiply to negative 8 and add or subtract to negative 2. And I'm just kind of setting myself up for both of them, because I know now it's kind of become methodical. What I'm doing, how I'm doing it. So for the top one, I get x plus 3, x minus 4. For the bottom one, I get x plus 2, x minus 4. The x minus 4s match. They cancel. I'm left with x plus 3 over x plus 2. Sorry, x plus 3 over x plus 2. On the next page, get a little bit more complicated. So for the first part, I need a pen, sorry. So there's actually 4 pieces to number 5, and you can kind of tell where the parentheses are. So the 4 pieces are the x squared plus 8x plus 12, the negative 6, and the x squared minus 3x minus 10. Now the x is done, the negative 6 is done, but the right 2 have to be factored. So I just did the factors of 12, but I have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. I'm trying to get to 8, and it's a positive 12, so I'm adding. So I need positive 2 and positive 6. So I have x plus 2, x plus 6. With the 10, it's negative 10, so I'm subtracting. I have 1 times 10, 2 times 5. I'm trying to get to negative 3. So I have positive 2, negative 5. So I have x plus 2, x minus 5. So now if I place those, on the top I have x plus 2, x plus 6. On the bottom I have negative 6, x plus 2, x minus 5. The only thing that cancels out for us is the x plus 2's. So my final answer here is x parentheses x plus 6 on top divided by negative 6 parentheses x minus 5 on the bottom. Some of them are going to look better than others. There's nothing wrong with that. Now for number 6, we're going to look at this one, and we're going to see that on top we actually have to group. Okay, because we have our A is greater than 1, so 6 times negative 7 is negative 42. Factors of negative 42. 1 times 42, 2 times 21, 3 doesn't work. 3 does work, sorry, it's 14. 4 doesn't work. 5, 6 times 7. We want that one, and we want a positive 7, negative 6, because we are looking to subtract so that we get 1, a positive 1. And we want to break our middle term into that. So we get 6x squared minus 6x plus 7x minus 7. We're going to group first two, last two. So we get 6x as our first GCF, and then we get x minus 1. We get x minus 1 in our second one, and we are pulling out a positive 7. So we pull the x minus 1 down as the couple, and then our singletons that couple up is the 6x plus 7, and that is going to go in our top, our numerator. And then this 36x squared minus 49 is a two-term binomial, and that is either a perfect square or a GCF. 36 and 49 are both perfect squares. So we end up with 6x and 6x, 7 and 7, one's a plus, one's a minus. So on our top piece, we have x minus 1, 6x plus 7. In our bottom, we have 6x plus 7, 6x minus 7. The 6x plus 7s cancel out, and it leaves us with x minus 1, 6x minus 7. And we are all done. All right. In number 7, on the top, in the numerator, we have nothing to do because there is no square and there is no GCF. And then our bottom piece is a grouping one because there's no GCF. There's no way to make it any smaller, pull anything out, and our A is greater than 1. So we have to take 3 and multiply it by negative 4, and we get negative 12. Factors of negative 12, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. We're looking to subtract, and we want 11. We want a positive 11, so we want a positive 12 and a negative 1. So now we want to split our middle piece, and we get 3x squared minus 1x plus 12x minus 4. We group the first two and the last two, and then we pull out our GCFs. So when we pull out our GCFs, we get just an x, 3x minus 1. This will be 3x minus 1. And then in order to get the 3x minus 1, we have to have our GCF be a positive 4. Now, we check it. 4 times 3x gets us 12x. 4 times negative 1 gets us negative 4. So this is 3x minus 1, our couple, and our singles that come together, x plus 4. So this goes here. So 3x minus 1, x plus 4. That's a package up there. Even if I didn't put it in parentheses, I can always put it in parentheses. That cancels out with that on the bottom in the denominator. And the 3x minus 1 is the only thing left and it's in the bottom. So we can always put a placeholder on top. So it's 1 over 3x minus 1. And we are done.